Microphone. Check. Microphone. Check. 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 Mic. Mic. Mic.
Hello, everything, and welcome to Sunday morning hockey. This morning we are at the Chaska Community Center in Chaska, Minnesota, for this morning's scrimmage between the visiting Anoka Cyclones, maybe I think maybe Cyclones, and your Chaska Chan Stormhawks. I know. I don't have a good spot, so all right, here we go. We're dropping the puck right now. Super Justice wins it back to Hermaka. Hermaka over to Charlie Lano. Lano, great pass in the middle. Cooper Justice. Here he comes, enters the zone. Gives it up to Hermaka. Hermaka with the puck. Now it's Hermaka. He'll get it out to the point to Lano. Now Lano, he fires. Glove save by the Anoka goalie right there. Good first 15 seconds opening shift for your Stormhawks. So we'll get a offensive zone face-off coming up now. And it'll be Cooper Justice. Face-off goes over to Anoka down in the corner. A little bit of my blind spot. Cooper Justice comes away with it. Now it's Archer Rexroad. He'll slam it around the back of the net. Justice is not quite able to handle it. Anoka will come away with it, and they'll push through the neutral zone. Pass all the way over. And now that pass doesn't connect, and now it's CCHA the other way. Here's Hermaka, and he'll get it deep and allow the Stormhawks to change. Now it's Eulenkamp on the forecheck. Eulenkamp, he'll hold the puck down low. Eulenkamp, he's looking for some help. Pushes it back to, who is that? Kubek. Now Kubek tries to get in the front. Coming hard is Wibby. Wibby gets it pushed away, though, and now it's Anoka out of the zone. Miles Bugucki, he picks it up and slams it back right onto the goalie. Easy save for the goalie. Now hard forecheck coming again for the Stormhawks. They keep the puck in the zone. Anoka looking to break out. Held there nicely by Miles. Kubek hard on the forecheck down in the corner. He'll play it back around the net over to Eulenkamp. Now Eulenkamp out to the point. Nice play there to Bugucki. Bugucki with a bullet. Glove save down by Anoka. Forward change for Stormhawks brings out Caleb Johnson, Mason Pellin, and Patrick Hines. That faceoff is going to be picked up by Anoka, but pinched down by Oster, and Oster will hold the zone. Now it's Anoka coming out through the zone. Pass across, kind of a little bit behind him, allows Caleb Johnson on a great back check to pick it up. Johnson, he'll poke it forward. Now it's Bugucki, the defenseman, joining the rush. He gets it slipped out. Now it's Schultz. Here's Schultz on the change. Great pass up to Pellin. Now Pellin will dump it deep and he'll chase. Pellin can move. A lot of speed on the forecheck there, and he beats him. Out to the point. Good pass up to Schultz. Now Schultz. Schultz looks to D partner. Oh, there's going to be an opportunity. Bounces off Westrom. 2-on-1. 3-on-1 now for Anoka. Anoka! Their first shot on net. Slide past Graham Schultz. And Anoka is going to strike first as they score first and take a 1-0 lead with 10:30 left on the clock. Had an odd man rush there. Stormhawks try to go D to D when they didn't have much room right there. But here, now they're going to have to battle back from the basement again. They win the face-off, and it's up to Rexroad, Archer Rexroad. He'll go wide, and he'll drive. Rexroad back to Cooper Justice. Juster loses it, though. Now it's Anoka the other way. They chip it in. Schultz is there to pick it up. In the neutral zone, loose puck in the zone. Here comes Anoka. Anoka tries to slide it across. Hermaka loses it. Anoka up front. Schmidt had to make a save. Couldn't corral the rebound, so Anoka had two shots there. And now it's Anoka again, poked away there. Here comes the Stormhawks. Anoka will stop that rush. Eulenkamp. Now Eulenkamp will get it low. Kubek will go on the forecheck. He'll pick it up on the wall. Nice. Keeping possession out front. Kubek puts it out front right there. Good scoring opportunity for the Stormhawks. Anoka will slide across, though, and he'll gobble it up with no rebound available. That was a good scoring opportunity there for the Stormhawks. Even though Stormhawks found themselves down 0-1, they've controlled this game a little bit with the possession. Done a pretty good job. Now Anoka, though, with speed, going to come out of the zone. Nice poke check there. That's offsides call. Yep, there's the whistle. Good poke check there by Miles to stop that rush from happening. Kubek, he'll win it back to Miles. Now Miles. Miles tries to center it, but it's picked off by Anoka. Miles up to Kubek, and Miles will join the rush. Anoka's going to win it back, though, and they're going to slam it all the way down to the far corner. Anoka gives chase. Now it's Lano. Lano will take it behind the net, try to gain some speed. He has speed. He can hit the middle. Here comes Charlie Lano. He's got him beat. Charlie Lano takes him wide. Lano stops. Backhand. Stopped by the Anoka goalie. Nice rush by Charlie Lano. Get it up the ice. Good shot on net. Frozen puck. So we got an offensive zone face-off. Caleb Johnson takes this face-off. Folks, that wins up to Westrom. Westrom, he fans on the shot, and he'll have to drive it back down deep. Anoka, they'll look to break it up the wall. Good back check right there by Hines. Caleb Johnson, he'll get out of the zone to save the offsides. Here's Anoka into the neutral zone. Knocked down by Pellin, but picked up by Anoka. Anoka drives wide. Caleb Johnson will check him off the puck there. Now it's Oster. Oster with it. Oster up the wall to Pellin. Pellin will get it out of the zone. Good hard check there by Anoka. And now it's Westrom with the puck behind the net. Westrom gets deflected by Anoka and all the way down. Pellin will have to give chase. They'll play it around. Here comes Archer Rexrow down. Played up the wall. Schultz will hold it in there and play it down low. Now it's Cooper Justice with it. Cooper Justice has possession. Poked out front. Puck loose out front. Deflected. Hermaka comes in with the shot, but it's deflected. Doesn't quite get there. Lon will try to keep it in, but Anoka gets pick it off and bring it the other way. Now it's Anoka in the center of the ice. Great back checking happening right now. Good pass, though, out to the center. Got to stop there. Now it's Lano again. Lano with another rush. Has him beat. That's the center of the ice. Here's Charlie Lano all alone. Great blocker save there by the Anoka goalie. That Lano, he had space. He had a few more steps. Didn't need to shoot it quite that early. I think he must have thought he found a hole there, but probably needs to keep pursuing a little bit. Okay, but we're back in action. Now it's Schultz. Great scoring opportunities right now. 6:30 left in the first period. Shots are controlled right now by CCHA, but it's Anoka. They poke it away and come with an odd man rush. That shot on net easily gloved down by Schmidt. Oh, the face-off in the D zone. Like I said, shots are Stormhawks 7, Anoka 4. Anoka leads on the scoreboard, though, 1-0. We got a little over 6 minutes left. Now it's Eulenkamp with a nice chip. A little bit too much, allows Anoka to recover. And they get it up into the neutral zone. Here comes Anoka again in the zone. Great back checking. Oh, there's a trip right there. Goes uncalled. Great back checking right today, this morning by the Stormhawks. Miles Bukaki. Hard shot blockered up into the net by the Anoka goalie. Here we go. Face-off is held in by the Stormhawks, played down to Caleb Johnson. Now it's Caleb Johnson with the puck out to the point to Westrom. Westrom, he'll fire it in. Gobbled up with no rebound by the Anoka goalie. Caleb Johnson will take another face-off here in offensive zone. He'll win it to the side there. Can Westrom hold it in? Westrom does hold it in. Now it's Caleb Johnson giving pursuit. Anoka will rim it around the edge there, but Pellin will be the first to get there. He'll try to peel it back. Caleb Johnson comes to help, but Anoka will win that board battle. And here comes Anoka out of the zone. And it's kind of slapped around there in the neutral zone, corralled by Anoka, and they'll get it in deep. Schultz will poke it back up. Now it's Helen. Helen pops out to Caleb Johnson. Here comes Caleb. Caleb to the center. Caleb got a route on the breakaway. Caleb makes a move. Caleb finishes it with a dipsy do, daily howdy do, and hit finish it. Putting in the back of the net. Caleb Johnson evens this game at 1-1, 4:55 left, and period number 1. To Caleb Johnson. Here comes Caleb. Caleb to the center. Caleb got a route on the breakaway. Caleb makes a move. Caleb finishes it. And Stormhawks will win the faceoff there. Now it's Lano. Lano tipped by Rexroad and into the zone. And that could be an icing. And there's the whistle. Anoka. Great goal by Caleb Johnson on the breakaway. Gave a little dipsy, little shoulder fake to the left, back to the right. Lifted it over the top of the blocker and knocks this game at 1 apiece. Face off 1. Now it's Miles fires a rocket blocker up into the netting by the Anoka. Miles Bugaki with a straight from the point. They're fine doing that every time. Win it back, let Miles just light the fuse and turn one loose again. But that one's going to be pushed in. Great hold right there by Miles. Miles will hold the zone, pinches in, but now Anoka will regather, and this time they'll get it out. Toe drag there by Anoka. Can't get it deep as it deflects off a player. Now it's Cooper Justice. Cooper Justice, he'll get it into the zone. Needs to get it down deep into the corner. Gets drugged down a little bit. Nice pursuit. Puck is loose to Archer Rexroad up front. Puck still loose, banging around. Finally corralled by the Anoka goalie. Nice pressure right there from the Stormhawks. 4 minutes exactly remains in period number 1. 1-1 tie. Face off 1. Eulenkamp, his shot up to the net is gloved down by the Anoka goalie. And we'll do a face off all over again. Anoka will win this face off this time. Up to the boards there. Oh, and here comes Anoka with a head of steam. Anoka on the breakaway. Anoka giving chases. Oh, we tried to get there. Anoka with a nice pass back. And Anoka is going to regain the lead as they slide one just past the glove of Graham Schmidt. So Anoka back on top with a 2-1 lead. 3:43 left in the period. Shots are heavily in favor of the Stormhawks, 13-5. Now it's Anoka back. They're going to go run into the zone. That's centering pass. Now here goes Pellin. Pellin just needs to accelerate. Got to go up to Hines. Now Hines with the puck. Hines has Pellin open in the front of the net. Tries to get it to him, but backhand doesn't quite get there. And goalie will wrap it up, and we'll have another offensive zone faceoff. Face-off 1. Shot from the point by Schultz. Gloved up again by the Anoka goalie. Caleb Johnson on the face-off. Johnson will win it cleanly back to Schultz. Schultz tries to drive it deep. Hines, he'll poke it low. Now it's Caleb Johnson battle. Caleb Johnson behind that tries to center it. Centers it again through the crease. Nobody home. Now it's Hines. Hines plays it back around. Pellin, he'll give chase. Now Pellin. Pellin gets it back low behind the net. It's Hines once again. That one comes up the board now. And Anoka will punch it out. Great back check by Pellin. Nice by Pellin. Now Pellin will accelerate. Here comes Pellin through the middle of the ice. Now it's Mason Pellin. He'll go wide. He'll stop. Good move right there. Puck control by Pellin. Tries to center it. Fans on the pass. That one's going to come out to the middle. Reese Oster will have to pick it up. Now it's Reese. He'll look for someone. Out comes Miles. Puck bounced around, picked up by Anoka. Rexroad on the back check, but Anoka's still with it. Shot deflects off Miles. Helmet maybe. He goes wide. Miles, he'll chip it out of the zone. Here comes Anoka the other way. Anoka, they'll get it into the zone on the pass there. Oh, there's going to be a whistle right there. First penalty of the game is going to go against the Stormhawks. As Hermatka is going to get called for a tripping. So penalty kill coming. Minute 50 left. Stormhawks will try to kill off pretty much the rest of this period here. The play is up to Lano. Here comes Lano short-handed. Lano will try to get to center ice. Lano has Justice on the other side, but he'll take the hard angle shot, easily gloved by Anoka goalie. But good rush off a penalty kill to get the faceoff down on the other end. Faceoff that time is won by Anoka. He'll try to fire it out. Now Anoka coming through the neutral zone. They'll gain the offensive zone. It blows a tire. Stormhawks run into each other. He's going to be picked up on the point there. Slammed down low by Anoka. Now it's Westrom. Westrom, he'll lift it hard off the board. That comes back up to the point. Deflected and held in by Anoka. Nice block right there by Lano off his skate. Westrom, he'll do the right thing, gather a loose puck and fling it down to the other end. Icing whistle, but nothing hurt right there. And he gets it down the other end. Stormhawks have killed off almost a minute of that penalty. 36 seconds left on the penalty. Just under a minute left in period number 2. Stormhawks find themselves trailing 2-1 despite controlling kind of the offensive scoring opportunities. Now it's Oster. Oster, he'll get it up to Eulenkamp. Now Eulenkamp gains the line and dumps it deep on the penalty kill. And it's Caleb Johnson hard on the forecheck. He'll try to hold it low. Eulenkamp in good pursuit. Eulenkamp will keep it down there. Nice penalty kill right now here by the Stormhawks. Now it's Oster. Oster plays it back to Schultz. Now Schultz up to Eulenkamp. Eulenkamp, he'll stop and look. Now it's Eulenkamp. He'll go over to Oster. Now it's Oster. Oster, his one-timer gets deflected. Penalty's over. Out of the box comes Hermatka. Now it's Hermatka. He has a nice dangle. He's got 7 seconds left to do something. His shot is deflected off a stick up high into the net. So we'll get a face-off in offensive zone with 3 seconds left on the penalty in the period. 5-on-5 hockey here for the Stormhawks. See if Caleb can get a quick draw back to Miles, who can let a quick cannon shot loose. Not quite quick enough. The Eulenkamp shot does go off the goalie's mask, and that's going to be the end of period number 1. Nice competitive period right here in Chaska, Minnesota this morning. Anoka finds themselves leading 2-1. On the scoreboard side, Stormhawks tripling Anoka up in shots with 17-5. So Anoka's goalie kind of really keeping them in this one. Not only in this one, but keeping them on top of the scoreboard as he's getting a lot of pressure, saving most everything, not giving up any rebounds, doing a good job controlling the game for the Cyclones. We got about 30 seconds and we'll come back to puck drop. To Caleb Johnson. Here comes Caleb. Caleb to the center. Caleb got around on the breakaway. Caleb makes a move. Caleb finishes it with a dipsy do, daily howdy do, and hit finish it. Putting in the back of the net. Caleb. There we go. Period number 2 is on its way. Anoka's going to drive it down into their zone. The Stormhawks zone, I'm sorry. Picked up on the wall. Battle on the wall there. Come out by Pellin. Pellin will try to leave it to Caleb Johnson, but picked back up by Pellin. Pellin with the long stick. Gets it poked away, though. Comes out to Lano. Lano, he'll stop. Get it back in. Now Pellin. Pellin's got to get it deep. And there he goes. Nice chip down in there by Mason Pellin. Forecheck coming for. Rimmed around there by Anoka. Caught up to it by Patrick Hines and held in. Westrom pokes it back in. Board battles now. Now it's Hines. He can't get it past the pinch. Now it's Anoka comes out of the zone. Anoka with a great pass up, but it couldn't be handled. Kind of blew off his stick, allowed Schultz to recover. Now Schultz he'll come loose. Cycled down by Anoka, picked up by Westrom. Westrom, he'll get it out of his zone right there. Now it's Anoka, back check hard by Pellin, knocks him out of it. Now it's Hines. Hines up to Caleb Johnson. Johnson's got to get in the corner, get a change. And he slides it down in there very nicely, and there'll be a line change for the Stormhawks. Held in there by Oster. Oster played up. Good shot there by Justice. Now it's Bukaki. The cannon is let loose. Good save again by Anoka. Oh. Justice loses the puck. Gets away with a trip on that one. Oster will grab that blue line and deflect it up into the Anoka bench. Should be a face-off outside of the zone, and that's what it is. Now it's Anoka into the zone. Anoka takes the center of the ice. Pounded there by Hermatka. That one was flung up to the net, and then Graham Schmidt's able to jump on that one and freeze it. We'll get a full sail line change now for the Stormhawks. Okay, we're back in action. Sorry about that. Okay, cleared out by the Stormhawks. Pursued by Eulenkamp. Eulenkamp will get nice. Now, oh, it's Wibby. Wibby has it. He'll fan on the shot, though. And it comes loose. Back to Wibby, front of the net. Beautiful glove save. Foot still loose right there. Max Kubek finds it on the backhand. He'll capitalize on the scrum in front right there and even the game at 2 apiece. Max Kubek picks up the loose puck, slides it past the goalie. Beautiful glove save. Foot still loose right there. Face-off won by Anoka. Anoka will bring it in the zone, and he'll get it deep all the way down to the corner. Now it's Lano. Lano will pick it up on the backhand. He'll chip it up the wall. And that one's picked up by Anoka and thrown back down below the net. Now it's Lana, but the shot's deflected. Kubek, good body position right there to win that puck and get it out of the zone. Now it's Kubek. Kubek, ooh, just an offsides call as Wibstead away. Offsides on the Stormhawks to create a face-off. 2-2 tie. Face-off one, back to Schultz. Schultz will try to get it up to Hines. Hines can't corral it, and Anoka will get it back out of the zone. Hines back in the zone. Anoka back out of the zone. Now picked up by Johnson. He has some wide ice. He has some space. Johnson will try to get wide, and he gets there. Nice centering pass over to Pellin. Pellin just missed it. Couldn't get a stick on that great centering pass by Caleb Johnson. Now it's Anoka. They'll bring it out. Oster will hold it there. Get it over to Schultz. Here's Schultz now. Schultz, the defense been jumping up in the offensive play. Gets pushed off the puck. Schultz, he'll recover now. And here comes Anoka out of the zone. Oh, puck was kicked around right there. Oh, nice play by, stick lift by Pellin. Now Pellin plays it up. Couldn't quite connect. Going to be an icing call on the Stormhawks there. Right play, just didn't quite get on the pass right there. So icing on the Stormhawks. 8:53 left in this game. Head contest. What a good game this morning. Great way to start a Sunday morning for the boys. Get a nice little competitive hockey game in. Go home, in the house for mom and dad. You take the garbage out. It's going to be a beautiful fall day. Maybe they'll wash a car for mom. So anyways, here we go. We're off and running. Lano's going to accelerate out of the zone. Lano still has it through everybody. Lano loses it just as the last second, couldn't get the shot off. But he just weaved through about 4 Anoka players. Now it's Anoka, and they'll come up through the zone. Picked up right there by Justice, Cooper Justice. He'll get it down late, and they got to push hard on a forecheck. Ran back around by Anoka. Bukaki, he'll pinch, comes out to Hermaka. Hermaka will get it to the front of the net. Goes wide, and now it's Justice battling for it. Justice, he'll win the battle. His shot hits off the side of the post. And now Anoka will look to clear. Nice pinch down by Westrom. Good read there, and he holds the zone. But it gets out from Bukaki. That should go all the way down and icing. And there's the whistle. Nice shift right there by the Stormhawks. Putting some pressure on, creating an icing. We'll have an offensive zone face-off. And it'll be passed to Max Kubek to come up with this clean face-off win and see if we can't get another scoring opportunity. Kubek, he'll kind of win it sideways, but no one there. And so Anoka will come out with the puck. Oh, Anoka gets it to the side. Westrom gambled and lost a little bit. Oh, gosh. And the Anoka kid just went sniper mode past the ear of Graham Schmidt. And they took the lead again. 3-2. Anoka takes the lead on just what a wonderful shot. Gamble by Westrom, didn't come up spades. Pushed it past him, created a shooting lane. He picked it. There's only a small hole Graham left open, but they picked it, that's for sure. So Stormhawks find themselves down 1 again, have to climb the mountain once again. All 3 of Anoka goals have been off odd man rushes. Played out of the zone by the Stormhawks, picked up by Kubek. Now Kubek brings it across the zone. Kubek, he comes around, he has a lane. The shot does go wide. Now it's Eulenkamp, plays up to Kubek. Kubek has a hole. Kubek up front. Covered up by the goalie. Now another good scoring opportunity from the Stormhawks. And the face-off coming. Caleb Johnson on the dot to take this face-off. Miles, Cannon, Bogucki is ready right behind him. Here it goes. Hines gets way tripped up. Heads over heels. No call. Miles will hold his own. Great pass down to Caleb. Now it's Caleb. Caleb behind the net. Caleb out front. Puck is loose once again. Still loose. Still loose. No one can find it. Still loose. Still loose. Now Anoka is going to come up with it. Just a loose puck forever. Stormhawks could not get their stick on. Nice little poke check there by Caleb Johnson. Miles pokes it out of the zone. Now it's Anoka with it, and they'll slide it all the way across. Punch it back in. Now it's Miles. Miles, oh, good look. I like that idea right there. Tried to hit Mason Pellin on the far side. Passes just a little bit too in front of him, goes down for an icing. But the absolutely right decision, right play. Just didn't quite execute it. The Anoka will have an offensive zone faceoff, but Cooper Justice wins that faceoff back to Lano. Now Lano loses the puck up to the point. Now it's out of the zone, though. They couldn't corral it. Oh, good pressure there by Hermaka. Almost steals it to go the other way. Poked away by Schultz. Now it's picked up there by Hermaka. Hermaka will try to get wide. Gets around one. Has trailer. Hermaka, his shot's off the top of the head of the goalie up into the netting. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off this time. .551 left, period number 2. Kubek with the puck. Oh, great shot there by Eulenkamp. Another good save by the goalie. Then Anoka gets it out and comes the other way. Fan on that pass, though, but Kubek's not able to corral it. Puck goes all the way the other side. Now Westrom. Here comes Westrom. He'll jump into the rush. Liam Westrom up through the center. He'll knock it down deep. Libby's got to get on his horse on the forecheck as he comes gliding across the lane. Now he'll get there and make it difficult on Anoka. Here they come the other way. Anoka, he'll get it low. Reese Oster will pursue the puck. Now it's Oster. Can't quite win it, and Anoka goes back the other way. But Kubek is there. Kubek now. There's Kubek. Kubek, he'll accelerate. He'll try to go wide, and I'm guessing, nope, tries to drag it to the middle, but it's poked away by Anoka. Nice. Kubek stays with it, though, and wins the puck there. Now he'll come up to Bugaki. Bugaki, he's got that shot off the shin pad there. Deflected over Lano. Now it's Lano's turn, deflected wide by Pellin. Back up to Miles Bugaki. Miles will try to backhand it down low. Now Anoka will get it out as they bring it the other way. And they'll get it low and allow themselves get some fresh bodies on the ice. Miles Bugaki picks it up. He'll come through the center of the ice. Here comes Miles. That pass doesn't connect. Miles still with it. Miles will still come. He'll fire a hard one off the blocker of the goalie. Up along the wall, and it's Eulenkamp. Off the skate, good read there by Lano's got room. Try to get it on his forehand. Caleb Johnson will get a hack on it. Goalie has to make another save. Now it's Lano, back to Caleb. Caleb back up to Lano. Anoka will come out with it there. Schultz looking for it. Schultz will find it. Up to Hines. Hines up to Mason Pellin. Nice pass up to Pellin. Pellin tries to dangle through and gets it poked away. Now here comes Anoka into the zone. It's Schultz. Schultz gets it poked off. Bouncing puck, dangerously bouncing around here in the zone. Still bouncing around. No one could quite get it. Now it's Schultz. Here comes Schultz. Schultz can move. If he gets some zone here, he's going to make a good move across the ice. Oh, Hines just got a little bit jumpy there, jumped into the play, created an offside. The 2:55 left in this one. Neutral zone face-off. Stormhawks still trailing 2-3. Shots on net. Stormhawks 26, Anoka 7. Hermaka is battling on the board. Hermaka is going to be picked off by Anoka. Anoka, here they come the other way. Good pursuit right there by Oster to make that shot go sailing high over the top of the net. Net is off, and there's the whistle. Nice hustle by Reese Oster to just not give up on the play and create that difficulty for Anoka, who sails it over the top of the net. 2:20 line left in the period. 20 minutes left on the hour clock. Here's a Hermaka, kicks it loose. Hermaka, he's got a lane. He's going to try to beat him wide. Hermaka gets pushed off the puck, though, and has to fling it down below the net. Now it's up to the point to Oster. Oster over to Bogucki. He has a lane. That shot goes right to the chest of Anoka. He did not see it until it was late. Yeah, if that one didn't hit the goalie in the chest, that was going in, because the goalie never even saw that until it touched him. So another good scoring opportunity for the Stormhawks, just can't cash in. Anoka goalie's been coming up big. Here they come to Westrom. Westrom, that shot is deflected up. Eulenkamp will get to it first on the half wall. Now Eulenkamp behind the net to Kubek. Kubek, he gets poked away, though. And Anoka's going to come and try to break it out. Up the wall they go. Westrom misses on the pinch, but it's going to deflect down to Lano. Now Lano. Charlie Lano. Oh, Lano will get collision right there. Picked up by Westrom. Westrom gets it up to, poked away from Kubek, though. And now Anoka gets it in deep. Liam Westrom picks it up behind the net. He'll rim it around the wall hard. Poke, chip and chase by Wibstad. Wibstad still with it. Here comes Wibstad. Got to get to the center. There it is. Nice, correct move by Wibby. Exactly what he needed to do. Just lost it at the last second, but got to the middle of the net, created an angle for himself to shoot the puck. Uh-oh. Westrom gets it poked away. Here's another one of those rushes for Anoka. Nice hustle by Lano to push him out wide. Shot is deflected over. Now it's Eulenkamp. Eulenkamp up to Wibby. Odd man rush coming for the Stormhawks. Wibby has Kubek in the center of the net. Wibby kind of backhands it towards the goalie. Goalie's able to push it out. So the pass never gets through. Oster gets a good stick check on that. Push him off the puck. Now it's Schulte. Anoka still with as they regather, and they're in the zone. Drop pass there. That's offsides. Yep, there's the whistle. Kicked back in by Anoka, creates an offsides. Face out, bouncing around, picked up by Anoka. Now it's Schulte. Schulte will hit it hard. Pellin will give chase. Now Pellin, good gather right there. Oh, tries to go to Schulte, doesn't quite connect. So now it's Anoka, their opportunity in the zone. That shot rims around the net out to the Anoka point, and they'll go back down low. Oh, he's got one open in the middle. There's the end of the period right there. 2 periods in the book. Anoka carries a 3-2 lead into the last period. Anoka goalie, the player of the game right now that they need to talk about, as he has 25 saves on the day. 27 shots on goal for the Stormhawks to just 7 for Anoka, but Anoka has connected on 3 of those 7s. All 3 of their goals coming on odd man rushes. So, here we go again. the Stormhawks have been very good in the third period this season. So let's see if they can have one more third period in their bank. They'll probably do a 15-minute running period, is what I'm guessing here, as we got about 15 minutes left on the hour clock. So probably going to see a 15-minute running period, and it's up to the Stormhawks now to crawl back into this one. Anoka wins the faceoff and gets it deep down in the Stormhawk zone. Picked up behind the net by Lano. Lano, he'll stop and survey. He'll go up to Hermaka. No, good idea. Centering pass, though, went behind the center. Shot on the crease, goes all the way through. Archer Rexroad, he's going to come in hard. Kept in by Anoka as the puck is behind the net, picked up by Anoka. Anoka, they'll try to get it up to the point. That doesn't corral and goes out of the zone, though. Here's Anoka. That's going to allow Lano, the defenseman, to jump up in the play. Here's Charlie Lano, gets wide, still with the puck. Lano, nice centering pass. Rexroad just could not quite connect. That one goes driven down deep there by Strudowski. Now it's Hermaka. Hermaka, he'll play it over to Miles. Now Miles, up to Cooper Justice. Cooper Justice gets it in the lane. Poked away, though. Rexroad, he'll get it down deep. Justice trying to win it behind the net. Justice in the battle there on the wall, pinched off. Now it's picked up there by Wibstad. Here's Wibby. He gets it to the front. Blew puck loose. Blew the whistle. Oh, the net came off. Net is off the post. Unfortunate for the Stormhawks. There's a loose puck in front. Official blows it dead. Clock is running. We're about 11 minutes to go. A running clock. Kubek. Flip play, get it back to Schultz. Schultz can slide to Westrom, try to get that, but Anoka will win that faceoff. Can't clear it out though as Kubek holds the zone up to Wibstad. Wibstad gets it up front. Rexroad. Eulenkamp just drugged down in front of the net. No call. Stormhawks have not got a penalty. One-man advantage call this entire game. A shot on net, corralled by Schmidt for a dead puck. Stormhawks have to line up quickly on these dead pucks, so we're on running time now. Anoka just puts a seeing eye. Graham Schmidt was totally screened out. Deflection over the top of Miles and into the back of the net. Nothing Schmidt could do on that one. Just totally screened out of the play. And Anoka takes a important insurance goal as they go up 4-2. Now Caleb Johnson. Here comes Caleb Johnson trying to accelerate. Caleb Johnson gets it down low. Now it's Hines. Hines, his shot goes on by Pellin, deflected by a defenseman over the top of the net. We got net off the post again. Cooper Justice will take the face off. Chip and chase there by Anoka. They get to the center. There's Schultz. Schultz, great positioning and defensive play right there by Schultz to push him to the other side. And Graham Schmidt is able to freeze the puck on that easy shot on net. Justice plays it back to Schultz. Schultz, though, tried to play it up the board, can't get it out as it goes off an Anoka player. Anoka's still pinching the board, creating it tough. Now it's a bouncing puck. Anoka slams it all the way back down in the corner. Lano's going to pick it up. Lano hard. And they're going to have an odd man rush opportunity here. Justice and Hermatka. There it is. Cooper Justice waits the defenseman out, makes a great pass over to Hermatka. Backdoor tap in. Tappy. The Stormhawks back in this one as they close. Justice and Hermatka. There it is. Cooper Justice waits the defenseman out, makes a. See what kind of momentum that brings the boys here. Kubek will take this face off. Wins. Anoka's going to come 1-on-2. Pushed off there by Miles. Bouncing puck. Uh-oh. Miles kind of lost that one, went all the way up. He's come out to Eulenkamp. He got to get it over. Now it's Kubek. Oh, I don't hate that idea. Try to go off the board to Kubek with just a little bit too out in front of him. Oster, he'll pinch it but doesn't hold it. Loose puck out front. Nice play there by Wibstad. Now Wibstad, he comes to center. Oh, man rush again. It's Wibby and Oster. Here's Wibby. He'll shoot the puck wide of the net. Puck over to Eulenkamp. Now it's Eulenkamp. His shot's deflected over. There's Anoka as they push it out of the zone. Westrom gives chase. Gives it up to Oster. Now it's Oster. Kubek, they're going to have numbers again if they go. Here comes Kubek with speed. Kubek to the center of the ice. Max Kubek gets wide. He'll just loses, tries to put on the brakes and loses the puck. Nice rush. Just didn't quite finish it there. Back check now by Eulenkamp. We have under 6 minutes to play. Eulenkamp gets it deep. Kubek, nice forecheck right there. They get some fresh bodies on ice for the Stormhawks. Now it's Pellin. Loose puck there. Oh, bounced around. Just won by Anoka. Good stick right there by Lano to push that one out. Now it's Pellin. Bugaki, he'll come, and he'll going to jump in a rush. Here comes Miles. Miles going to try to get one of that cannon shots of his off. Miles with a good move. He comes to the middle. He's going to get one off side of the net. Just a hard angle to take that shot. But you could tell from the defensive zone, he wanted to let one loose. Now Hines, good pass up to Johnson. Can't quite control it. Now it's Anoka going to come out. Here comes Anoka. 5 minutes in running in this game. Good poke check there by Lano. Lano gets up to Schultz. Schultz going to take the middle of the ice. Here comes Schultze. He'll go wide and lose the puck there, but gets it all the way down. Schultze up to Westrom. He's going to let one loose from the point. Gets blocked down up front, never gets through. They'll keep it in, though. Westrom will pinch it around the net. Schultz, he'll jam it back down. Schultz, good hold there by Schultz. Comes out to the front. Hermatka makes a play for it. Hermatka hold the zone. Here's Hermatka. His shot is blocked down. Still Hermatka with the puck. Justice will go help. Won by Anoka, rimmed around. Schultz is going to go pinch down. Now it's Schultze, and he'll push it low. Cooper Justice. Great pressure right now by the Stormhawks. Puck is staying on the outside, though, making things tough for them. Good pressure there. They'll get it out of the zone. Hermatka. Here's Hermatka. Anoka up to Schultze. Now Schultze. Schultze leaves it for Justice. Great drop pass to Cooper Justice. Gets a good shot off. Fought off by the Anoka goalie. Here's a hard ice. Should be an icing call. Nope, not going to quite get there. So Schultz is going to pick it up. Schultz. Here's Schultz. Chips it out. Held in by Anoka, though. They'll slam it back down deep. 3.5 and running. Now it's Oster. Now Oster. Hard off the wall to Kubek. Kubek, he has lane. 2-on-1. Kubek and Eulenkamp. 2-on-1. Here's Kubek. Kubek. Shot just goes off the crossbar. Played back up by Eulenkamp. Goalie just gets a pad on it. Now it's Oster. Oster, he'll walk it in. Oster, topper up front, gets blocked down. Now it's Anoka. They're going to come with the odd man rush. 3-on-2 for Anoka. He slides it over. Played up by Oster to Wibstad. Couple more rushes opportunities. Now it's Kubek. Kubek, can he get it through? Kubek, Eulenkamp to Kubek. Kubek, backhand, right into the chest. Goalie doesn't know where it is. Still loose. Puck is still loose. Comes out to Anoka, though. Well, Miles is going to get a tough penalty. That's correct one on the body check. The rub out on the wall. 2 minutes and just a little over 2 minutes of running. What some pressure mounted by the Stormhawks. Had some opportunities. Couldn't quite capitalize. And if they're going to do this thing, looks like they're going to have to kind of do it shorthanded. Which is possible. They had a great penalty kill last time they were out. Created scoring opportunities, so nothing outside of the realm. Anoka will gather it, though. Here's Anoka. Anoka's still with it. Pushed out. Here's Caleb Johnson. Stormhawks got to find the handle of it. Now they do. It's Westrom. Westrom puts it in. That's offsides. There's the whistle. I don't know if they wanted that whistle, though, because they got to move quickly here with a running clock. Just over a minute left. 30-some seconds. They're going to pull the goalie on the neutral zone face-off here. Try to get even again. Now it's Caleb. Empty net goal off the face-off. And that's going to seal the deal for Anoka. Well, the Stormhawks not going to come out on top on this one. Well, I'll tell you what. They played well. This is a game. I thought they were the better team. Had a lot of scoring opportunities. The Anoka goalie just he came up big today. You know, let's call it what it is. Mason Pellin. Oh, there's a whistle. Ten seconds and running. And that's going to be the end of the game. So, your Stormhawks will fall this morning. Game they probably could have won. Lost 5-3. Shots, your final shots tallied. Stormhawks have 32 shots on goal. Anoka with 11. It's just a tough one for the boys to drop this morning, but I thought they played much better than they did yesterday. They'll get a bounce back. Good week of practice coming up. They'll be back in action this weekend. I think Farmington on Saturday. So that'll be their next game, and we'll be back with you on the stream.